Hey everyone, welcome back. In this Postman tutorial, we are going to learn different ways to find the elements within the array. Okay, now this is very important topic because we'll be using it very frequently in the response that we'll be getting in the API testing. So in the response, there'll be different elements and those might be present within the arrays. So basically we have to iterate through and find certain values based on the test cases that we are going to automate. So first thing, we are going to understand on a basic array, basically just a simple array that I have defined of students, how you are going to find if a particular element is present in this particular array or not. There are multiple ways. Okay, so multiple ways you can use a for loop and then if condition, but then I'll be covering the very important methods that are available out of the box within JavaScript that we'll be using, right? So if there is a simple thing available within the programming language, why go for the complex stuff? But I'll show you how you can do it with the for loop and if condition, and then how simple it becomes with the methods that are available. So we know that we can basically, in order to print any of the value within the array, we can provide the index of that particular value, right? So we know array index starts from 0. So if we say students and then provide the index as 0, Josh will be printed, right? So for example, let me quickly show you. So I'll say console.log and then I say print the value that is present at index say 3. Okay, so I'll say provide the index as 3 and then run this. Let's see what the value gets printed. Okay, you'll see Sam has been printed and the value at 3 is, because this is 0, 1, 2 and 3, so Sam has printed. Okay, so now in order to find that if a particular value exists, simply with the for loop we can do. So we can simply say for, and then same concept we'll use in the for loop. So we'll initialize a variable I and initialize it as 0, right? Because we know the index or array index starts with 0, so we'll start with 0 and then we will check for this value until it is less than what. So basically we have to iterate through the array and we have to iterate until there are elements within the array. Okay, and how we can know how many elements or how many values are there within the array? There is a property array.length, right? So basically provide any array. So we know that students is the array, and if we say students dot length, okay, you'll see this length is the property that will give us what is the length of this array. So the length will be basically the count of the values within the array. So this will be 5, right? So while I is less than 5, what we want to do is we want to increment I. Okay, so we'll say I plus plus, and then within for loop we will simply say, for example, I just want to print this time. Okay, so I'll say I've anyways covered this to print the values, but let me quickly do it again. So I can simply say students, okay, and then within the square bracket I can provide the value I, right? So first, with the first loop, what will happen? This I will be replaced by 0. So student at index 0, Josh will be printed. Then it will be incremented with I plus plus, Tom will be printed. Accordingly, all of the values should get printed. Okay, so if I run this, you will see in the console Josh, Tom, Mary, Sam and Mary again got printed. Okay, so you'll see there are 5 values and all 5 got printed. Now how can we find that if a particular value exists in this particular array? We can simply use we can use the if condition. So we can say if and then say student, right, and we provide the index. Okay, so we say index and then triple equals, right? So we want to check the equality if this particular, with each iteration it will check the value exist or not. So if I say if Tom, so if students, while the iteration is happening, any of the value is equal to Tom, then we simply want to print something. Okay, so we'll say console.log and we say value found. Okay, so this value found will be printed only if there is a value Tom present within this particular array. So what we are doing is we are using the for loop and then using the if condition, we are checking if the particular value matches with any of the value that will be present while the iteration is happening. So basically in the first loop, if you see, this students dot I, this I will be replaced by 0, which will have the value as John, right? So student I is the value is John. John is not equal to Tom, so it will go back, right? And then you will see that basically again it will be incremented, right? So with the next increment, the value will be 1. So at 1, Tom is there. So students, and then square bracket 1. So the value will be Tom, and Tom is equal to Tom, and then this will be printed, right? So you'll see that particular value will get printed. Okay. So if I send this, and let me open the console, clear it, and then send it, and you will see that the value found has been printed. Okay, because in the next iteration it has found it. Now say for example I change this value to something which is not there in that array and send it again, you will see that nothing got printed here. Okay, so this is, you know, very raw form of finding a value within a particular array. Right, now there are better approaches, and this is what we are going to discuss, the better approach that we are going to use in API testing. Right, when there are methods out of the box available, why would we be using it unnecessarily? We need to use for loop and other conditions only if we don't have anything out of the box available. Okay, so the methods that we are going to discuss, let me comment this, okay, and move this further below here. Okay, so now we want to check if a value exists, right? So the first method is includes. Okay, so we can simply say students dot include. Okay, so includes. Okay, and then you will see that what it will do is it will returns true if search string appears as a substring of the result, right? So basically you can just provide the string that you want to that you are looking for, okay, and it will return true or false. It will return a boolean value. Okay, so if I say just check whether this value, okay, so for example whether Tom is included in this array or not, so you just say students dot includes, right? And that's it. What it will return is it will return a boolean value, right? So we can store it in a variable, right? So I can say let is present. Okay, I provided the name, okay, as is present, and then this is present will hold whether the Tom exists in this particular array or not. Okay, in the next line let me print it. So we'll say console.log, okay, and then we will print whether this particular value is present or not. If true is returned, that means this value is present. If false, then this value is not present. Let me save, send it, and you will see it has returned true. Okay, so this shows that this particular value that we are trying to check is present. Okay, now if we want to check, say for example something else, okay, and then send it, you will see this time it has returned false. So this is present, or this includes method, okay, is very helpful if you want to check the presence of item within any array. The next one is indexof. Okay, now on the array we can also use the method indexof. Okay, so we can say students dot indexof. Okay, now this is the method. If you just hover over indexof, you will see what it will return is it will return the index of the first occurrence of a value in an array. So whichever value you are trying to search, it will return the index of the first value. If there are multiple values, the next values are not returned. Basically the index of the first matched value will be returned. Okay, so when we say index of, and here we can provide the element, right? So simple, we'll say, okay, within the, so we can say for example Mary. Okay, so we have two values here, Mary, and at the third place and at the fifth place. Okay, so with this what it will return is it will return the index. So what is the index of the first value within the array? It is basically 0, 1 and 2, right? So it should return 2 this time. So if I simply say console, okay, I can store it in a variable as well. Okay, so I'll say indx, just say indx, okay, and then I can print it on a separate line. So I'll say console.log, and then I'll say index. Okay, or I can directly, you know, do a console log for this value, because we know that it will return an index, and then we can simply do something like this. So console.log, and then put everything in there. Okay, so we can say whatever is basically returned, so we can directly, so this will return the index, and then directly we are just logging it, right? So instead of storing it in a variable and logging it in a from that particular variable. Okay, so you can do that directly. So let's run this. Let me open the console and then send it. So you'll see 2 has been returned. So basically the first value that has been found, okay, has been returned, and Mary was at second place. Okay, now if I say there is one more value, okay, and we say Tim and then run it, you'll see this time the index changed to, okay. So this is the another method, indexof. Now the other very important one that we'll be using very frequently is find. Okay, now on the array we can use the method find. Okay, so I can say students dot find. Okay, let me move these a little below. Okay, so I'll say, and if you see what this find method accepts, so I'll just hover over, okay, and you'll see it returns the value of the first element in array where predicate is true, right, and undefined otherwise, right. So if the value is present, it will return the value, okay, if not then undefined. Okay, so now what exactly this find method accepts? It accepts a callback function, right? And now we know the short form of the callback function as well. We have already learned the arrow function. So how we are going to define it? So basically what we are trying to find, we are trying to, if you want to read it simple, in a very simple language, you are saying find something in students array. Okay, so find something. What something? Something you have to define within these two brackets, right? So find something, and within something you can say something which matches this, something which matches. So you can define because it accepts a complete function, so you can define a whole callback function there. Okay, so in order to define a callback function, we know that we can use a short form, and I will use a name find student. Okay, you can define any name there. Okay, I can say stdnt, right? So find student, or to keep it simple, I'll say find student. Okay, and then we know short form of the function, so basically the arrow function, right? And then we are looking for something which matches, find student which is equal to something, or find this student, right? So we have to define, so which student we are trying to find. We say where student is equal to something. Okay, so I want to say where student is Tim. Okay, now how we are going to read this? This is very important, right? So we are saying find student from the students array where student is equal to Tim, right? Read it this way and you will be able to get this very clearly. And this is the easiest sort of format that I would recommend to use. So it is easy to understand the whole format, right? So find, whenever you are using find on an array, you read it like this: find whatever value you are looking for. I can say find value. Okay, find value and change it to value. Okay, so find value from whichever array, whatever name it is. Find value from students array, okay, which is this array, where value is equal to the value that you are looking for, where value is the value that you define here. Okay, so you can name it anything. So now what it will do is it will return the value itself. Okay, so it will return Tim if it is found. If not, it will return undefined. Okay, so that means I can store it in a variable. So I'll say, I'll declare a variable. Okay, and then let me print it. Okay, so we see that what exactly is being printed. So I'll say, all right, so this is how find will be utilized. Let me comment these and then save it and open the console, clear it and run. So you'll see Tim has been printed. Okay, so very simple find function. Whatever we were doing with for and if condition, you will see that with just find, I'm able to find the value in the array. Find value within array where value is equal to whatever value you're looking for, or I define it as student. So I find it more readable when I say find student from students where value or where student is equal to the name of the student, right? So try to correlate it in a way so that it's easier to relate the context, right? Now if there are numbers, if there is a number array, value makes more sense, right? But you can give any name. There is no hard and fast rule, right? Now if, say for example, this value is not found, okay, so I change it to something else, then what it will return is, it will return undefined, that this value is not present in the array, right? So this is not defined. So this clearly shows that yes, this is the way to find a value within the array. Now the last method that we are going to cover is the filter. Very similar to what we have done with the find, we can also use filter. So we can say, okay, students dot filter, and let's see what filter method is all about. So if you say hover over and see filter, it will return the element of an array that meets the condition specified in a callback function, right? So it will return the element of an array, okay? So, and it will also accept a callback function. That means we can define a callback function, right? So to define a callback function, we'll define arrow function here, right? And what we are trying to find, we are trying to find some value. So we'll say, okay, find a value out of this student array, okay, where the arrow function, where value, and then again same thing, is equal to, say for example, this time I'm trying to find Sam, right? And then I'll simply print this, okay? So I'll say console.log, and then because we know that this filter will return the value, right? It will return the value. If you just hover over, you will see it will return the elements of the array, okay? So we can directly print it. So let me comment this previous, the find one, and then send this and see what is printed. So you'll see it has returned the array wherein the values are there, right? So basically you will see it has returned a array, right? So there is one value, and then array has been returned. So say for example, I change it to Mary, okay, and then run it, you'll see the difference there. So you'll see 2 items have been returned, okay, and you will see with the index the values have been printed, okay? So this is basically what the filter is going to do. It is basically filtering the values out of the array. Find is finding the values and returning those values. If the value is found, it will return that particular value, else it will return undefined, okay? Then we have the includes and indexof, right? So any one of these, based on the situation that you find in your API testing scenario, you can use, and we'll be using them in the real test cases when we are going to automate the real test for the API testing within Postman. This concept was important, and correlation between for loop and if condition to find a particular value, and then also looking at find, filter, includes, and seeing how easy it becomes to find or check check the presence of any value within the array is important, so that you can actually see which thing or which method to use where, and not to just stick to the traditional ways of finding using the for loop and if conditions, okay? So that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you very much for watching.